Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Greetings to you all. I hope all of you are well. I hope all of you are doing fine. I'm also fine and everything is all right with us. It's been a while that we uploaded a video. Yes, it is true. We are okay, we are fine. It's just that we are caught up in a different thing and there's a whole lot to do. We are not that many. So in fact, it's only two people in this thing. So when there's other aspect of the work to do, then you see us caught up in that one and too busy and all that. And also we were trying to also fix some of our gadget, put one or two things in order. We are grateful for you. We are grateful to you for being with us. We love you. Thank you so much. We are very, very grateful. We appreciate. Today is another day. This is not a new thing. Religious expose, religious teachings, Islamic religion to be precise. We are exposing Islamic religion. It is simple. It is not difficult. There is nothing to worry about. There is no cause for alarm. What we are doing is that this is a religion that condemns everything. This is a religion that casts everybody to hell. This is a religion that says that our ancestors are nothing. Our ancestors are evil. So we are exposing the other side of it. It has been a long journey, yes, because the only religion that when you say something about the religion, they always have a way to escape. They escape their inconsistencies. They escape their problems. They escape their issues. They escape their problems. They have a way of dodging. So we decided to hit them to the core. We decided to put them in a tight corner. That is why we are doing this. So we are going down deeper into their sources and breaking it down. That is why it has been a long journey and you are still with us. And I know a lot of you are interested. The final video or the last video you watched was about the last part of the ascension of Muhammad, the fictional character of Islam, the founder of Islam, the fictional character Muhammad, where he went to where he claimed to go to the seventh heaven, enter the heaven of Islam, and also enter the hell of Islam. He went to the hell and he saw so many things, and then he saw women being punished and men also being punished. And we focus on the point where he talked about people that sleep with people that live, they are wedded, they are married wives, and sleep with women that they are not married to. And then he showed their punishment. He claimed he saw how Allah is punishing them. And then we brought his own case to study it. We brought his own case. If those women or if those men are being punished just because they are not married to those women that they slept with, then what about himself? Because he also slept with women that he didn't marry. He slept with Maria to Kiptia and even gave birth with her, who was a concubine. Modern day word, a side chick. We spoke about Safiya. Safiya is a concubine to Muhammad. Modern day word, a side chick. And then we asked a question, what about that one too? Is that punishment also going to apply upon Muhammad? That was the last video you watched. Thank you. I welcome you once again. You see, today, as I said in the previous video, that we're going to do a little bit narration about the Isra'wal, the night journey and the ascension of Muhammad from the Hadith perspective. So today, this video is about wrapping up. I have two videos for you to wrap up the Isra'wal, or the nocturnal journey and the ascension of Muhammad to the skies or to the heavens of Islam. These two videos are going to end up everything about the Al-Isra wal-Miraj until we meet in the Quranic expose. We're not going to talk about it again. Now, you see, the troubles in Africa is caused by politics and religion. Politics and religion are two-sided coins. Yes, so we are being punished. We've been through hell. We've been through hell because of religion and politics. Listen, your parliamentarians and your president, all of them goes to church on Sundays and some of them go to mosque on Fridays. These guys, this implies that they are religious people. It is religious people that are ruling us, and yet we are suffering. So when we say religion is a problem of Africa, you think we are joking. We are not joking. We are not joking. The reason why you are not seeing it is that you are listening to us with your emotions. You are listening to us with your emotions. Your parliamentarians, all of them are bearing Christian name and Islamic names. All of them are bearing Christian names and Islamic names, and you think they are not problematic. They go to church, they go to mosques, but yet they are suffering. We are suffering. They are taking us through hell. So religion and religious people are problem of Africa. There is no traditionalist in our parliamentary houses. No, we don't have traditionalists. We don't have what you call atheists. We don't have them in our parliamentary houses. Our lawmakers are Christians. Our politicians are Christians. We are suffering. So you see, they are the problem. They are the venom. They are the poison. Religious people. Your religious mother is the problem of your house. Your religious father is the problem of your house. Your religious sister, your religious brother, your religious siblings, they are the problem. They are the problem. Your malams are the problem. Your shehus, your mukaddamis, your murshid, they are the problems. They are the problems. Yes, they are the problems. Is it not your malams that are casting each other to hell? So you see, you guys are just being senseless. You don't use your brain. Pardon my manners. It seems that you got no brain left in your head. That is what I see. If not, everything around you, all the jibby-hibbies of this your sheikhs is telling you that all what they are doing in the name of religion and all the religion ain't shit. It ain't shit, but you don't know. You are being senseless. You don't think. You are just being there, doing, just walking, dead-headed people. That is your problem. That is your problem, and you continue to be in your poverty. Religious people are problems of Africa. Whether you like it or not, that is the reality. That is why we got to cripple this so-called religions, this so-called invaded religions. Thieves in disguise, scammers in disguise are religious folks and religious scholars. They are thieves in disguise. They are scammers in disguise. Religious people, that is what they are. Thank you so much. Today we're going to talk about Al-Isra'wal Miraj briefly from the Hadith perspective. You see, the difference between Sira and Hadith is not that big. It's not that vast. Now let me tell you in the simplest way. Hadith is narrations that contains the sayings and the actions and the judgment of the fictional character called Muhammad. That is Hadith. Hadith or prophetic traditions is the narrations that contains sayings and actions and judgment of the fictional character called Muhammad. And Sira is the narrations that contains the events that took place in his lifetime. That is the difference between Sira and Hadith. Simple. That is it. Very simple as that. Simple. Now, you see, people are running away from Hadith. A lot of Muslims are running away from Hadith, but you can't run away from Hadith. Run away from Hadith and Quran is useless. People that are hating Hadith, people that are speaking against Hadith, these people are condemning Islam. In fact, I really love them because they are making my work easier. The so-called Quraniyun, those that believe in only the Quran, they are making my job easier. Because if not because you know there's a problem with the Hadith, why are you running away from it? If you think there's no problem with it, where are you going? So if you think the other books and the Hadith are doing damage to your religion, then trust me, 80% of your religion is already in the garbage and you are crushing it. Thank you very much for helping me make my job easier. Now, In the Hadith perspective, I want to handle only the second authentic book of Islam, mainstream Islam for that matter, which is Sahih Bukhari. That is where I want to take the Hadith from. You see, Bukhari compiled over 20 Hadith about Al-Isra wal Miraj. Bukhari, the book of Bukhari, that is the second authentic book of Islamic religion. The second authentic book of Islamic religion is known as Sahih Bukhari. Sahih Bukhari means the authentic book of Bukhari. This man has compiled over 20 hadiths about the nocturnal journey of Muhammad and the ascension of the fictional character Muhammad. You see, let me tell you something. On authority, there is two Arabian personalities. One is fictional and one is real. Now, Muhammad bin Abdullah is a fictional character. Nobody has ever existed as Muhammad bin Abdullah. No. Muhammad Rasulullah is a fictional character. Nobody has ever existed as Muhammad Rasulullah, Muhammad the messenger of Allah. So Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, the son of Abdul Muttalib, is a fictional character in history, shadow figure in history. And then the second one, or the other personality which is real, is the one that is known as Qutham bin Abdullah. Qutham bin Abdullah. Qutham bin Abdullah has existed, yes. Qutham bin Abdullah has existed. Qutham bin Abdullah was a barbaric village Arabian in Hijaz, in Arabian Peninsula, a brigand, a highway robber, who wanted to gather all the Arabian desert villages under one umbrella so that he can use them against other nations. That one has ever existed. His name is Qutham bin Abdullah. That one has ever existed. Abdullah is the name of one of the deities of Arabian Peninsula who is known as Allah, which is one of the three goddesses of Arabian Peninsula, Al-Uzza, Al-Manat, and Allah. So Qutham bin Abdullah is real, but Muhammad bin Abdullah is a shadow figure and is a fictional character. We are proving it. You see, we speak with authority. You know why? Because we know what we are doing and we know what we are saying. That is why we are speaking with authority. You don't have anything to mirror what we are saying. You can't mirror our fact. You can't disprove us. If you can, do it. We dare you to do it, and let's see. Your sheikh cannot speak about this one. People did quarter of this. In fact, it's not up to quarter of what I'm doing, and a whole lot of Muslims descended upon them. But have you asked yourself, why are they quiet when it is my turn? After the threat that has been issued, have you ever heard anybody trying to tamper with my videos? No. You see, they do this. When you talk to them, I know that is what is happening in the community. When you talk to them, they say they don't want to mind me. It's a lie. You are a liar. It's not that you don't want to mind me. You cannot mind me. I'm stronger than you. I am a mighty jet. In fact, the prophet of Africa, the descendant of Thoth, the fire-breathing entity. How can you mind me? You don't want to be bent, right? Yes. When the realities of life are uncovered, change is a must. So Bukhari, in his authentic book known as Sahih Bukhari, reported over 20 hadith concerning the nocturnal journey and the ascension of the fictional character Muhammad to the sky. Yes, 20 hadiths. All the 20 hadiths originated from 6 narrators, 6 different narrators. Briefly, let me take you through 2 or 1 of the hadith, maybe 2, but one is so long, so I'm just going to speak about briefly, and then I'll read one of it for you completely and show you the difference in there. You see, first of all, the hadith narrators narrated exactly what we told you in the Sira books concerning the ascension and the nocturnal journey of the fictional character Muhammad. They all narrated the same thing. What we told you is the same thing that is found in hadith. That is why in book 55 of Bukhari, that is if your edition of your edition of your Bukhari is the same as mine, if you go to book 55, hadith 6573, there is this hadith there, very long hadith, which is one of the hadiths that narrated and explained the entire journey of the fictional character Muhammad, the nocturnal journey, and the ascension. Now, the one that reported the hadith is known as Abbas bin Malik. Now, Abbas bin Malik got the hadith from a companion known as Malik bin Sa'sa. Actually, most of the hadith or most of the prophetic narrations of the nocturnal journey and the ascension of the fictional character Muhammad were reported by this guy known as Malik bin Sa'sa. Even though Anas bin Malik has some of the hadiths, Abu Hurairah has few of them, but most of the hadiths got something to do with Malik bin Sa'sa. Now, in the hadith, Malik bin Sa'sa claimed that Muhammad himself told them that Jibril came to him, opened his heart, cleaned it, and then filled the heart with faith and belief, and then took him to climb an animal which is smaller than a mule, bigger than a donkey, and then they climbed it and they flew to the sky, and then Jibril kept on asking permission for them to penetrate through the sky. Now, this is the first difference between the hadith narration and the Sira. In the Sira narration, from Mecca to Jerusalem, but in the hadith narration, no, from Mecca all the way to the first heaven, to the first sky. So in the hadith, there is nowhere that the hadith mentioned that Muhammad was taken to Jerusalem. Inconsistencies. Most of the hadith did not mention that Muhammad was taken to Jerusalem. It was directly that he was directly taken to the sky. This is inconsistencies. This is irregularities, which means that the story is a lie. And this is what your religion is about. Lies. Now, Malik bin Sa'sa continued to proceed to say that Muhammad went to the seventh heaven and saw the tree we mentioned to you. The tree that has leaves like elephant ear. He mentioned that when they got there, now he added that 3 cups was given to Muhammad. One of wine, 1 cup of wine, 1 cup of water, 1 cup of milk. Now in the Sira narration, it was in Jerusalem that the cup of the liquids were delivered to Muhammad. So in the Sira narration, it was in Jerusalem that the cups of the liquid, the cups of wine, water, and milk was delivered to Muhammad in Jerusalem. But in the book of Bukhari and in the hadith narration, no, it was in the 7th heaven, in the kingdom or in the palace of Allah. It was in the kingdom of Allah that the wine, milk, and water was given to Muhammad, and Muhammad picked milk. Now, when Muhammad picked milk, Gabriel, the entity called Gabriel, told Muhammad that you are guided. The milk represents Islam. So this is what happened. And then after everything, 50 prayers were given to Muhammad, according to the report of Malik bin Sa'sa in the book of Bukhari, book 55, hadith 6573. And then 50 prayers was given to Muhammad. On Muhammad's way back, Muhammad passed through Moses, and Moses told him that his followers cannot perform 50 prayers. 50 prayers, his followers cannot perform it. So for that matter, he should go back and ask Allah to reduce the burden. So Muhammad went back for Allah to reduce the burden. Now in the Sira books, it was five prayers that was reduced until it remained 5. So it became 5. So it means that in the Sira narrations, 5 was taken out of the 50. So 45 was taken out, left with 5. The 5, you people cannot even do it. I believe if it were to be today that this fictional character Muhammad want to take the prayer, he would have taken only 1. Even that one, I don't think you can do it. You know yourselves, hypocrite. How many times do you pray? Especially you, the ladies. Munafikai, bakusalla. You don't do it. Who are you lying to? Stop. Don't worry yourself. Free yourself from the chains. There is nothing like that. There is nothing like any Allah anywhere who want you to pray. It is a lie. It is a mental slavery. If you listen to me, fine. If you don't, it's your own problem. But I know one thing for certain. The next generation cannot continue to do this shit. Pardon my manners. This nonsense and these fairy tales and these lies that is full in your mosque. That when they say, you say, Allahu Akbar, and you will be crying, that shit, the next generation will not take it. I know one thing for certain. For that one, I can assure you that. Yes. So when Moses asked Muhammad in the Hadith, go read the Hadith, I mentioned the reference. When Moses asked him to go to reduce it, Allah kept on reducing 10, 10, 10, not 5. According to the Hadith, it was 10, 10, 10 prayers that was reduced, not 5. And you think that is not a problem. Ibn Kathir, Ibn Hisham, all these guys are telling you in their Sira that it was 5 prayers that was reduced. And Bukhari is telling you that it was 10, 10, 10 prayers that was reduced. And you think it's not a problem. You see, it is either your malams and your authors are confused human beings. I believe they take opium. I believe they take something similar to red. I believe your authors, those people that author your Islamic books, I believe they take intoxicant. I believe they are drunkard. I believe they take tramadol, because some of the things that they mention in their books, it sucks. It really sucks. It really sucks. Some of the things they mention in their books really sucks. Trust me. You hear them. You hear them. Now we are back from the break, and it's continuously. Whatever the situation, we'll try to adjust. So you see, so this is the thing. So it was reduced 10, 10, 10. So 10, 10. So he went 4 times. So 10, 10, 10, 4 times, that making 40. So when he came back with 10, Moses asked him to go back. So Muhammad does not have anything by his own. Muhammad cannot do anything by his own. Muhammad cannot decide for himself. It is true. He cannot decide for himself. You will see a whole lot of examples where Muhammad cannot decide. It is his wives that decide for him. It is his concubines that decides for him. It is his companions that decide for him. Disciples that decides for him. In some trivial matters, you will get there. We'll get there. So Muhammad couldn't decide for himself that his followers cannot perform the 50 prayers or even the 10 that was left. That was left for him. Muhammad couldn't know that his followers cannot perform the 10. So when he got to Moses, Moses said to him, no, your people cannot go back again for your God to reduce it. So Muhammad went back to tell Allah that my people cannot perform 10 prayers. And this time around, Allah decided to take 5 out of the 10. Why didn't Allah took 10 as usual? Because he took 10, 10, 4 times that Muhammad went back to him. Why didn't Allah this time around pick 10, take the 10 and said, okay, go, no any prayer? You see, is this not raising an alarm? Is this not raising an alarm? So you see, your 5 daily prayers cannot be substantiated. You can't prove them. They cannot authenticate it. So you are worrying yourself. Those of you that have hit your forehead on the ground, that your forehead has become black, trust me, you are doing a useless job and you are wasting your time and you are hurting yourselves. You know, there's a verse in the Quran that verse is describing people that are doing good deeds that are not Muslims, people that are helping people, people that have good heart, people that give people support, people that take people out of their difficulties. The verse is saying that amilatun nasiba. He said those people are doing useless job. There is no pay. Allah is not gonna reward them. At the end of the day, Tasla naran hamia. You Muslims that are hitting your forehead on the ground, till your forehead become black, you are also doing amilatun nasiba. There is no any God anywhere that is taking any prayer. Stop the useless thing. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your time. When you pray too much, you become poor. So Moses asked him to go back. This time around, when Muhammad went back, Allah didn't take 10. He took 5. Leaving 5. Why didn't Allah take 10? So that you will be free as a Muslims. See, this is one of the reasons why we are telling you that you allow this Arabian villager to outsmart you. This Arabian villager has outsmart you. So this is the first hadith. Now let me take you to the next hadith. That will be the last one. Then we call it a day in this video. Now this is a different narrator who narrated this hadith from the same book, the book of Bukhari. The book of Bukhari, the same book. Now, this one, I'm going to read it in Arabic for you quickly. My producer is giving me a sign. Now, this is how it goes. Muhammad climbed Burak, that is what they call the flying animal, with the companionship of the entity known as Jibril. And then he said, ثم أرج به تلك الليلة في بيت المقدس إلى السماء الدنيا فاستفتح له جبريل ففتح فرأى هنالك آدم أبا البشر. And then he narrated all the way, and then he got to here. Now, let me mention the important place. Now, this is what he said. ثم أُرِجَ بِهِ إِلَى السَّمَاءِ السَّابَعِ. And then he ascended to the 7th heaven. فَلَكِيَ فِيهَا Ibrahim. And he saw Abraham. He saw Abraham in the 7th heaven. فَسَلَّمَ عَلَيْهِ وَرَهَبَ بِهِ. Abraham greeted him and welcomed him. وَأَقَرَّ بِنُبُوَّتِهِ. And Abraham confirmed the prophethood of Muhammad. You see, it's nothing. Muhammad, the fictional character, is trying to fix himself into the Abrahamic religion. You know, this notion of Christianity and Judaism being Abrahamic religion. So Muhammad, the fictional character, and the Islamic authors are trying to fix Islam into Abrahamic religion. If there is something known as Abrahamic religion, Islamic religion was not part of, it's not part of it. Islamic religion is not part of Abrahamic religion. No. Now, and then ثم رفع إلى سدرة المنتهى رفع إلى سدرة المنتهى. And then Muhammad was raised to the sacred tree. ثم رفع إلى بيت المعمور, and also to the sacred house. We spoke about it in the Sira section. ثم أرج به إلى جبار جل جلاله. And then Muhammad was taken to Al-Jabbar, Allah, Muhammad's God. فدنا منه وَتَا كَانَ قَابَ قَوْسَيْنِ أَوْ أَدْنَى. Muhammad became closer to Allah, just like a 2 edge of bows being put in together. Okay? فَأَوْهَا إِلَىٰ عَبْدِهِ مَا أَوْهَا. And then Allah revealed what Allah wants to reveal to his servant. وَفَرَضَ عَلَيْهِ خَمْسِينَ صَلَاةً. And Allah prescribed 50 صلاة, 50 prayers upon Muhammad. فَرَجَى حَتَّى مَرَّ عَلَى مُوسَى. And then Muhammad came back and he came to Moses. فَقَالَ لَهُ بِمَا أُمِرْتَ. Moses asked him, what did your Lord commanded you to do? قَالَ بِخَمْسِينَ صلاة. My Lord prescribed 50 prayers upon me. قَالَ إِنَّ أُمَّتَكَ لَا تُطِيقُ ذَلِكَ. Moses said, Muhammad, your people cannot afford 50 prayers. So Muhammad does not know his people. Ignorant Allah does not know Muhammad's people. Muhammad is so ignorant that he doesn't know his people. Well, how can a fictional character know his people? And also the fictional deity Allah is so ignorant that he himself does not know his people. So it is Moses that is putting Muhammad and his Allah in order. Yes, all praise to Judaism. You know, Moses is the father of the Jews, right? Yes, all praise to Judaism. Moses is putting Allah and Muhammad in order. Muslims, you see, if you want to religion, you better join Christianity or Judaism, since you can't do away without religion. Since Muslims, you cannot do away without religion, then join Judaism and Christianity. It seems like your life will be messed. You will be in the misery without religion. Since that is the case, then join Christianity and religion. Even though they are all the same thing. Join, because your Allah is ignorant, your Allah is powerless, your Allah is illiterate, your Muhammad is ignorant, your Muhammad is powerless, your Muhammad does not know anything, your Muhammad is illiterate. How could you follow such a person? How could you follow such a person? Shame. This is embarrassment. It is an embarrassment to follow such a person. Who follows a leader like that? You are messed up here. Let's proceed. So he says, Moses told him that your people cannot. So he said, Irji ila rabbik, go back to your Lord, fas'aluhu takhfif li ummatik, so that he can minimize the burden upon your people. Faltafata ila Jibril. And Muhammad couldn't even decide to do what Moses is asking him to do. So Muhammad turned to watch the entity called Jibril, Gabriel, and to see what Gabriel would say. كَأَنَّهُ يَسْتَشِيرُهُ فِي ذَلِكَ. Muhammad was asking the opinion of Gabriel in that. This is clueless prophet, naive. He knows nothing. He knows damn thing. He was asking the opinion of Gabriel. فِي ذَلِكَ فَأَشَارَ النَّعَمْ in shit. And then Gabriel told him, yes, do it. فَعَلَى بِهِ جِبْرِيل أَتَى بِهِ لِجَبَّارِ تَبَارَكَ وَتَعَالَى. And Jibril took him back to the so-called Allah. وَهُوَ فِي مَكَانِهِ. Allah is sitting at his place. هَذَا لَفْظُ الْبُخَارِ. And this is the narration of Bukhari in his book. فَوَضَعَ عَنْهُ أَشَرًا. So Allah reduced 10 prayer. ثُمَّ أَنزَلَ حَتَّى مَرَّ بِمُوسَى. And he came back to Moses, and Moses said the same thing to him, and he went back, and Allah continued to take 10 out of the prayers. So back and forth, and then he came to the last point. بين عز وجل خمسا. He said فقال ارجع إلى رب فسأله التعفيف فلم يزل يتردد بين موسى وبين الله. Muhammad kept on going back and forth between Allah and Moses. So in this case, it seems like Allah and Moses are in the same level. The thinking level, the brain of Allah and that of Moses is the same. See, Allah, Muslims, God is a human being. It's a stinky ass Arab sitting behind a mountain. That is God of Muslims. I said it. I don't give a damn. Your God is a human being. Because how could Muhammad be going back and forth between God and Moses? Shame on this prophet. This type of prophet cannot be followed. Now I understand why he died out of poison. He is no prophet. Now, Allah was taking 10 until he got to the fifth time, Allah took 5. Just like the way we narrated. Allah took 5 out of the remaining 10, the last 10, and it remains 5 prayers. This is the aspect of the Hadith, briefly, about the nocturnal journey and the ascension of Muhammad. Finally, the Shias, that is the other largest Islamic sect, Shia. The Shia's narration of nocturnal journey of the fictional character Muhammad and also the night journey or the ascension is almost the same thing of the Sunni narration. The little difference is that according to the Shias, Muhammad met his descendants who are the 12 Imams, which the last Imam is in the cave till date. That the 12th Imam, the last one who come out with Jesus Christ, who is known as Imam Mahdi. I saw a Shia guy on Revelation who was trying to explain that Imam Mahdi, the last Imam, is the one who is coming to bring justice on earth. Well, if you care to know, The Imam Mahdi the Shias are talking about is in the cave. He's in the cave. I don't know what he's doing there. He is in the cave. Imam Mahdi is in the cave. Some people even say he is chained. He is chained, Musardab. He is in the cave. So, according to the Shias, Muhammad saw the 12 imams of Shia, including, that is Shia Ahlul Bayt, the Ahlul Bayt Shia, because Shias are also in group. The Ahlul Bayt Shias, they have 12 imams, including the last one who is in the cave waiting for Jesus to come before he will also come. Muhammad saw them in the ascension. This is the Shia narration of the ascension and the nocturnal journey of Muhammad. Thank you very much. Share, comment. Meet me in the last video as I wrap up the story of the ascension and the nocturnal journey of the fictional character Muhammad. I said to you, the descendant of Thoth, the African prophet. Until we meet again, bye-bye.